ship at the water. What word do you want?
Good evening,
Toilet?
ladies and gentlemen.
Babe?
Hmm?
You need the bathroom?
No, babe, I finished rent.
Toilet? Okay, I'm coming.
Welcome to M.A.D Customs. Ah, man. Took a couple of days off. Was not feeling too 100%, and wifey basically doped me with a whole bunch of meds. And like I said, I'm very light on juice, so I've been out getting myself back to strength again. Still a bit offish here and there, but strong enough to at least sit up and do the work. What I see on the floor is this 15-inch that needs to be stripped up. Yeah, I've got this 15-inch that needs to be stripped up, and then I was gonna do the speaker that I was supposed to build up, but I'm not gonna do that. I've got two street 12s. There's currently one street 12 playing in the car. I've got another two here, and I most likely can get another one, which make it 4 12s. That was an option that I was gonna go for in the car as well, but I don't know, we'll see how that goes. For today, the mission is strip this guy up, see what the damages are, so I can quote the customer. I love this fat ass basket. I have been opening. Yeah, no, that is definitely some residual snuffy. Opened up these screws here to try and get out the speaker lacquer. Not too heavy of a fucking job, but it's cut, man, you know. Dion, this is where Targa South Africa basically started, you know. Apart from the triple X woofers and the silver one with a fat lip, and the others, this is the Targa comp, where the competition basically started. How's it, Sharon? This is the subs that we were using back in the early 2000s. Most of the Targa guys was making big scores. This is the woofers that came out that was basically, you know, like the beef that VW and Opel is. Yeah, this one here, and the Star Sound 5212, and what is it? 5212, and what is the 15-inch? but the 15s, the same ones like the 5212s, but the 15-inch. Yeah, these here and the 12s was basically, those were the competitions. Like, that's the beef back in the day. Yeah, Sharan, man. I don't know. I had some heavy what's, you know. Was just basically out for a couple of days. Body wasn't. The mind was there, but the body was like, no, sir, not yet. You can't be doing stuff. So, wifey gave me a whole bunch of drugs. You know, the med lemon with an additional aspirin added in there. Hey, boss, that thing is a proper cocktail. That. And then the next day, she got a flu cocktail because my sinus was doing my things. How's it, Magao? No, man, I don't do boxes. The issue with the boxes is I'm tired of the customers lying all the time. Yeah, you know, the rains need to come and then the sinus will go away. But until the rains don't come here, and nah, seriously, Magao. Customers lie, man. They come here, they say, no, I want it for music, and then they go to a show, and then they go and put the car in the lanes. But it was built, you asked me to build for you a daily. Oh no, I had that. You know how you're supposed to drink, was that magnesium boost and calcivita? I did that, bruh. That shit put me to bed. How's it, Darshan? I'm in Boxburg North in the East End. Yeah, Sinutabs. My mom gave me that. I had some of that. That just basically stopped the snotter from running, but the sneezing is still there. The congestion here makes the eyes water the whole time. It's difficult to see, man. And I had a headache from fucking Thursday that didn't want to go away. And then this morning, it finally decided to go. Sinus runs. No stress, brother, man. Sinus runs. Oh yeah. I know that one. But it's mainly just change of season, man. Then the shit happens. But I don't know what happened. The legs just gave in. Like I said, the headache was there, bruh. I just didn't want to go away. And that was moving all over the head. He was here in the front, then he's on the side, then he's here in the bottom here, behind the ear, then he's in the back, then he's here in the front again. He was just everywhere. Yeah, I know, and the bubbles are just bubbling here in the brain bar. And the thing is, because of my ulcer issues, I can't take pain meds and headache meds and all that stuff there. So I'm limited to what meds I can actually take, you know, because of the sinus. I mean, because of the ulcer. And Bernardo, my bro, put me away. If I must take something stronger like Edcadol or something like that, grandpa aspirin and that stuff, bruh. Woo. It's like the powder form. That powder form once, they throw me, my bro. Yo. I'm gone in no time. Sleeping like a baby. Okay, that's the last one, I think. Yeah. So it is my day what it is, you know what I'm saying? I can't be stressing too much about it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna need some utensils here. The spiders are also crunchy. The spiders are cracked. Oh boy, look at that. Had some damage there and scraping there. It's a bit of a scenario. You out 20 minutes with one panado. I'm done for the night, Sharan. That's how bad I am. Grandpa also, I'm done for the night. This thing scoped me out ugly, bruh. Okay, so I've got it scrape here. Yeah, but these spiders are giving me headache here. At least one more. But then we don't have that roll of a spider. As a German boy, I don't have that roll of a spider. Hold up. What is that? Oh my days. That is a 12-inch. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, I see you. See you. Yeah, so that's so here. Like I said, this looks like dust from 2001. It's still stuck here in between the speaker. And the problem with this is it's 4-inch coil. So now we're gonna do another tester and see if the coil is still reading. Dion, it's not resin, that's the glue. If you smell that glue, let me put it to this way, Dion. If you smell that glue, then that means those coils got hot up to 530 something degrees. That's how hot the coils was at that time, because when I'm baking it here, I don't smell the glue until it reaches about 560, 550. 550, 560 degrees. Then I can smell the glue. Underneath that, I don't smell it. If I keep the temperature at 400 degrees, I don't ever smell the glue. But after 500 degrees, you start smelling it. And then, depending on how long you keep it, you'll start seeing the coil change color. Well, here on the table, I've done it. I've kept it 560 degrees. Somewhere from go, I put 560 degrees in it. Nah, not here. Look, I've got good ventilation with these with the glue stuff here, because of how it's not strong, but like it stays in the air for a very long time. So I make sure the ventilation when I'm doing baking and stuff is. If I don't really bake subs at night, or I try to not bake at night, and if I do, I make sure that the fans are all on in the house, and the door is open so that can go out of the house, because hey, that smell stays. It's like a burnt sub. It stays in the car for a couple of days, and then it becomes an issue because it's hard to sleep when you get that smell. So my ventilation in the house is top notch, bruh. My windows behind me is open. The one on my left and on my right is open. The door is open in the back and in the front, and I've got two oscillating fans that keeps that out. I hardly smell the glue when I'm baking it here, but if I bake it outside and I measure it with the heat gun, it's about 563 that it measures, and then you smell it. So if you're smelling it, Dion, then you must know that's where you at, bruh. You were baking that coils again. I don't know why you're baking it again. I already baked it for you. I told you SPL run, it's 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, and turn it down, and you leave it. Don't keep it open for the whole 30 seconds. That's how you burn your subs. And SPL run is just for 3 to 5 seconds. Unless your system has been built like a tank. And then also, you need to look at the subs you've got. You don't have this top of the range, high quality quadruple or octo spider pack and 8 layer, 12 layer coil and all that. You don't have none of that. You know what I mean? You've got a normal, I'd say a above street woofer. So not a street woofer, not a comp woofer, and in the middle between the two. So I mean, there's just so much that the speaker would be able to give you before it reaches its mechanical limit. And then you would have to look at getting a new sub or building one. Okay. Let me see if this reads. Three, four. This is a dual 2 woofer. Okay, so that would mean it's the outside one. Yeah, it's this one here. Okay, let's read the inside one. with the inside one. Now see, this one's going to go down to 2. No, it has been damaged a bit. Oh yeah, it doesn't read there, so it doesn't read here because most of the damage there. Alright. So it did get damaged. So this one here is gonna be coiled as well. But this is a 0.6 wire. This is not 0.5. Oh. Ah. 0.5. This is 0.6. Let's see here. Yeah. Nope. This is 0.6. And that's not a wire that I have here. I almost never have that size of a wire to do. Okay, so this one here is gonna be a bit of a tricky one, because now the bottom spider seems fine, but the top spider has tears on it, has been torn, so the top spider's perished basically. And then the tensils here is also on both sides, the tensils has been damaged. So I think I'd rather just bring you guys in here so you guys can have a look-see what I'm talking about. Firstly, we have this damage here that's causing the coil to read 4 ohms on this side, and on the other side it's about, I don't know, it's fluctuating there, up and down. As you can see, there's a tear there. The tensils here burnt, both sides is burnt. And we go over to this side. There's the tear. There's one. There's another one there. Aye man. There's 2 tears there. And on this side, tensils are also gone here. So the problem that I've got with this woofer is that it came in for tinsel replacement, but this woofer is going to go bye-bye because the spiders are basically ripped, as well as the tinsel wire, and the coil is reading all different ohmage because it's burnt here. Well, not burnt, it's scraped here. So the speaker still works, but it's reading different ohmage from the one side to the other side. So now coil 1250, tinsel wires 350, spider replacement, which means I'm basically going to have to dismantle the entire spiders. So basically what I did with this, I'm gonna have to do with this. So take off all the cone, everything, take everything off, strip the entire speaker down to bare nothing, and then start from scratch and rebuild the speaker up from there. So 1250 for that, 350 for the tinsel wires, what's it, 1.6, and then I think it's another 300 bucks for the spiders, but you can't put one spider, you're gonna have to at least put two, so you can double pack it, and we're looking at another 600-800 bucks there. So this sub is gonna be like 300 bucks to get it brand new, 3 grand, sorry, to get it brand new again. I don't know. Let me send the customer the quotation and then we'll see what he says, and then that's what we'll end up doing with the fix. We'll end up fixing what he says, what he gives us permission to do. Then we've got these two streets that my bra gifted me and said, my boy, I got 2 subs for you, you can use. Exactly, it's basically a new sub, and the problem with it is the damages that's on that speaker. If I don't sort out the spiders and he plays it again and the spiders rip, then what ends up happening, let me show you from a kit. I'll show you on a kit. You see, that's your kit right now, okay? So what happens is the spider will be playing. So your speaker's doing this the whole time, right? Right, you with me? Speaker's doing that. And then if what happens is, if the spider rips on either side, what it's going to happen is going to do that. It's going to do that. And then this is going to end up doing that. And you've seen how heavy it was scraped on the inside. It's going to scrape even more. And then the former will get damaged. And it could rub continuously until all of the aluminium is gone, and then it rubs and it kills off the coil from the inside. And if that happens, oh, not only from the inside, because remember the sub is supposed to go up and down like that, you know, it's supposed to do that, but it's not going to be doing that now. It's going to be doing that. It's going to be doing that on the side like that, right? And if it does that to the side, and instead of it just doing forward like that, it's going to kill here, because this part is going to be rubbing there and this part is going to be rubbing on the inside, and then it's an issue. So that can become a big problem. XVS, it depends on the speaker, my guy. So I can put the tensor wires in there and just do the tensor wires and probably the coil. How's it? Fix the coils? Yes, I'm gonna be doing that on this sub here now. I'm opening up the sub and I'm gonna be fixing the coils on the sub. Sony 18 sub. My guy. The cost of repairing the speaker and getting another one. Yeah, if it goes solid, then what happens is the coil, the wire came off the former and got stuck basically at the bottom. I'm located in Boksburg North in the East Rand. Twelve-inch subs start from 650. If it's the street ones like these here and all of that, then yeah, 650. But if it's comp ones, it's 850. If it's 4-inch coils, guys, then it's 1250. Coils are a lot because copper is a lot. Azidiki, walaikum salam. I saw the new arcs. That two that was here that I sorted out, sent it to customer. He's happy with it. They're busy banging that shit again. Hey, but they put the wire, the cabling and stuff on that stuff is too high, man. Hey, the thing is also not fail. There we go. So Pioneer Champ Pro 2000. That one is 850. $850 because of the headache it's gonna cost me. They have, depending on which DD it is, 650 to 750. The Pioneer subs are headaches, me bro, because the way that you have to open that speaker, the time it takes to do that, so that you don't end up damaging anything. See, like how I'm opening this one, easy peasy. I'm using my hands. I don't even use tools. Apart from the heat gun, I don't need any tools to open it. With the Pioneer, hey, you need a screwdriver, hammer, chisel. You need some Tamagotchi juice. You need some vanilla coke. Chappie's bubble gum. Hey, it's just the list goes on, bruh, to open these Pioneers. Sony 8-inch. Like I said, 550 for the Sony 8-inch. But again, I'm in Joburg. Half of your ones are always calling, asking where I am. You're from Cape Town. I'm not from Cape Town. I'm in Joburg. So that always poses a problem. I think I'll open up both of these woofers so that time can buy and that 1 hour can hit and I can do my puzzle and then I can somehow coil them. Nah, young, hey, everybody, if I must move to everywhere where everyone wants me to be, I'm gonna be like a slut on the road, bruh. Yeah, I'm gathering so because everybody that's I'm speaking to from Cape Town is not getting a lot of help. I myself. Yeah, it's a street plus, yeah. I was supposed to get some help from a guy in Cape Town, man. He was supposed to help me out with some parts, and that shit fell through so fucking ugly. So, to a certain degree, I'm not really mad, you know, but I kinda am not. It's like I kinda like realized, hey man, if you wanna do stuff, you have to do it yourself. This thing of asking menses for help doesn't seem to work, especially when it comes to this
Let's
type of
tell
stuff.
Daddy what Jamila wants to eat.
I want 2 fish fingers.
2 fish fingers.
Mommy's gonna make her 2 fish fingers. She's gonna put them in bed
Yeah.
because it's a little bit cold now. No.
And I'm freezing.
Yes, and then I'm gonna make her some
Okay.
fish fingers, Daddy.
Okay. Lekker fish fingers. This is a Targa street, man. You know, the one who was asking me, is it worth it to fix these subs? And previously I was like, nah, just buy another one, man. You know, I mean, it's like not worth the headache. Until I saw the price of this stuff. A sub is like a $1,500, a $1,600, depending on where you're buying it from. And to repair it is like $650. Nee, bruh, me I blow it. I can blow this woofer 2 times or 3 times. It's still worth it to fix it than to go buy new. Cause yeah, bruh, 1.6 take out for the subs. I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand. Who's that? Treslan. I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand, bro. The Naidu makes me think you from Durban. But there's many Naidus that moved to Joburg. So maybe you one of them.
Mommy's gonna go make
Is it?
How long were we in the bath?
Quite long.
Because it's 5 to 7 already.
Yeah, if I wasn't on the live, I would have come to look for you. Send the police. But then I realized that you're in the park. And if the police come, they're gonna see all the goodness. I was like, no ways. Just leave it. She'll come out. She's gonna want coffee sometime.
Let me go make you a
And the other one is gonna want pop.
fish fingers. Once I make 2,
Yeah,
only 2.
just make 4 and leave it there. Let's see how much she eats. It's not hard to fix. Treslan, I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand, in Joburg. It's not hard to fix subs. It's very easy. The only problem is it's a lot of times it's a bit of delicate work. Like specifically now with this bliksem that's giving me so much cuck here. Gentle persuasion works fairly good now and then. Other times you need to, like I did now, take out the hammer, you know, murim open. It's required, but the big secret here with everybody doing repairs is time and service. And sometimes it's not only the service, but it's the after service. That's the big thing. Look, me, I'm very willing to admit if I made a mistake and it was my fault. It caused your speaker to break. So that's why whenever I do a repair and I send and you come, you pick it up and you call and you say, hey man, I listened to this sub was playing for 2 minutes and it broke. I always tell you, bring it back, let's open it up and see what happened. And a lot of times the guys don't come back to me. They just tell me, you think me, I got petrol to drive up and down like that, you know? And I'm like, Usually the ones who bitch and moan like that are the ones that bitch and moan like that. Those are the ones who know they went and made cack, and now the speaker is broken and they're the ones who broke it. Because once I open it up again, I'm gonna see the speakers burnt. So if the coil is burnt again, then you must know it's cack. Your fault. How's it, Tony? Crossfire subs? No. I only work on what people send. You know what I mean? There's a lot of speakers out here that is in South Africa that you probably never gonna, people never heard of before, and that's broken. It's in the O's garage, and he's like, man, I loved how those speakers played, but now I'll just let them stay there in my garage because nostalgia or whatever the case may be. And one day, on a damn day, they come on TikTok live and they find me here, or they're sitting on the toilet and they're scrolling through YouTube and they find one of my videos there, and then they find out that I'm on TikTok, and then they come on the live and they're like, yo man, you fix subs. I'm like, yo, did you not see when you were in the toilet? You must pay more attention when you're dropping droller, bruh. Yeah, nah. Venoms. Look, the baskets it's not like even these ones here, the street subs. Pigtails, yeah, we can do pigtails, but speaker must be opened up basically like this as well in order to get to the pigtails. And like that guy also now sent his 15-inch here. See, the thing is, a lot of times Owens will see a damage on the pigtails and think that's all that's wrong with the speaker. But then when you were playing it, the pigtails got damaged, and while they were being damaged, before they got to the burn part, that's when the coil also got damaged. So now I open up the speaker and I do a full inspection. Because we're going to have it open, we might as well inspect the whole thing. And that's where we pick up to say, hey, sorry man, you're going to have to do the coil as well. And now you never budget for that. And then the speaker ends up sitting here by me for a couple of months. Or you come and you pick it up. Two 15-inch to repair, it's $850 a sub for 15s. If it's got a 4-inch coil, it's $1,250 per sub. I saw something else here also. I'm located in Boksburg North. How's it, Jordan? Boksburg North in the East Rand, guys. In Joburg. Blam mid-range speakers. No, I'm not touching any of the smaller speakers until I'm satisfied with the jigs that I'm getting. Currently they are not opening up the way that I'd like them to open up, and it's causing a problem on the surrounds. So every time I try to open up the speaker, it's tearing the surrounds and burning the surrounds. So until I get something that'll open up there, I'm not going to touch those. I don't do remotes and hi-fis and amplifiers and all of that. To 15-inch subs is $850 to repair, guy. King, I'm in Boxburg North in the East Rand. Woo! Yeah. This is a Targa Street Plus, but it looks like it has a comb coil. Oh, yo, the speaker got hurt, man. The whole surround is kinked in. You can see this. So you play the sub hard. I don't even think I can use the speaker. There's way too much damages on this thing. Let me show you guys because I like to talk. There's a tear. 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 Hey, you're on a roll today, ne?
Does it look?
Yeah, that's right. You're on a roll today. Curry and rice. Huh? Dal, chowder and rice. Only thing you must make now is the pepper. Then we in the game. More there. More there. Hey, everywhere, bruh. That's when I got injured heavies. Your son got injured heavies. Okay, so that's the one. Yay. This is the second one, but this one is the SVC one. That's a DVC. This is the SVC. Yeah, 10 past, 12 minutes past is when I came on. So a full hour into the live is when the thing will come on. Gucci, not advisable to run SVC and DVC, but you can do it, but it's not advisable because your SVC is going to be 4 ohms and your DVC is 4 ohms as well. So the ohmage is going to be off, and how the woofer is going to, what's the right word, how the speakers react to the output from the amplifier is going to be different between the SVC and the DVC, and you can end up damaging your amplifier. No. It's entirely possible they did run it like that. I'm not 100% sure. I have seen people run stuff like that in their systems and nothing ever happens. But you know the rule of thumb, the minute you decide to do it also, all of a sudden all hell breaks loose and there your shit is on fire and you make the Sunday Times. Man with big sound system. Meanwhile he got 2 Targa streets in his car. And the guy at the flea market that sold it to him told him it's competition sound. Man with competition sound in his car. Something went wrong in the music system, and now his system is burning the car out. What do you have to say, sir? You know this competition sound. It's too big, man. Too big. I never get another 2 battery. Yeah, I needed 2 crossover, 4 preamp, 2 radio, but I only had 1. You know, So now this is the problem. That's why it's burning like that. Because let's be honest, I actually want to be in the room when they sell these people the stuff, because I can't believe that they do that. What do you mean you need a crossover and a preamp? And you need to buy a 5-volt head unit. So they sell you a head unit that does everything, and a preamp, and a crossover, and a DSP. Why? Because when you went to the show on the weekend, you saw the one Bucky got a DSP, you want one. You saw another 2 Buckies got preamps, you want one. You saw them Buckies got crossovers and preamps, you want it also. That all is taking his whole family to Disneyland, and you paid for the trip. Yeah, that's Ibrahim. How much will it cost be for what now? For Disneyland? I don't know, bruh. It's not a place that I want to fight to, huh? I used to be a Mickey Mouse supporter and fan. Actually, not Mickey. I was more Goofy and Pluto, you know? And Popeye and those kinds. How's it now? 12-inch subs, they start from 650 depending on the damage of the speaker. It's a Street Plus, but this is the SVC one. Thinking I'm gonna turn this SVC, depending on how bad it is inside. I must first open it. If it's not too hectic, yeah, it's like I keep telling you guys, you'll need to stop competing with people. You need to stop going to the sound show with your daily car. That's why I don't build boxes for people. That's why I don't build boxes. Because, like I told you, the customers lie. Mamba is 2650. The customers lie. They come here, they say, hey man, I just want the box for every day, you know. this is the music I listen to and blah 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 blah. You say, okay, no problem. Let me build you a musical box, something that'll bang lekker. And because it's banging lekker, you assuming it's building pressure. No. You never resonate nothing, you never sounded nothing. Oliver, your Mamba 12-inch is $650 to repair. You never did no sound deadening. You never, the box you got is not for SPL, it's for music. And what's the difference? SPL is concentrated on one specific frequency and to get the loudest in that frequency. Music is all bunch of frequencies. I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand, Oliver. And the problem is, even though if you build a musical box and in that musical box, the box can play the frequency that you want to play in the SPL, the problem is the box doesn't only play that frequency, it plays a whole bunch of other frequencies. But if you can build a box that plays only that frequency, that box that plays only that frequency is stronger than the box that plays a whole bunch of frequencies. Here we go. Here is our tile with all the puzzle piece. There we go. Thank you. So now we can go. So when you build your car for competition is not the same as daily driving your daily car. Somebody once came and told me when I was doing 135, I did a 135 with my 18s. The day I went to go do the SPL run, I built a box from a broken wardrobe. I built a box from the wardrobe. I put in a port that I had. That port is, I don't know, in the 50s. Exactly. Pressure is different to every day. They're not the same. And the quicker people can understand that, the better things will be. But it's not in the interest of the people selling sound, because if the customer is requesting for you to do that, street plus rubber replacement. Even me, my guy, I just found this one here now. He's in his epic glories. Your ones are killing the streets. I swear the street woofers get more abused than the comp woofers. But we shall recoil this one and the other one, and we shall we'll recoil them and play them and see what's the story. See, when you were asking, is it hard to fix speakers? It's not hard. The gentle persuasion, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Then you gotta go a different route. Then your lazy Susie is not fucking working also. Stop moving, man. Gee whiz. Yeah, you're gonna have to look for another one that's not done. That's why the others are selling the subs for so cheap. It's because they know sparked and you can't get replacements. Well, I'm basically biting the bullet because everyone and their granny's uncle comes on my live here and promises me the world like I'm a princess or something. When I ask for spares, people are saying they can organize for me spares, they can organize. No one's organizing nothing. So now I'm biting the bullet and spending a lot of money to buy spares myself. No more asking people. No, Oliver, the sub can be more powerful than the original after recoil, because all the recoil is doing is, when I recoil it, I take off the old wire and I put on new wire. So whatever wire was on here that's burnt, I take the burnt off, I put not burnt. So if the wire comes with 0.5 mil wire, all I do is I take that off and I put new 0.5 mil wire. Two reasons there. Number one, you'll make sure that the speaker doesn't, the wire size that the speaker does come with, and if you change it with the exact same size wire that the speaker comes with, when the coil goes inside of the gap, it's going to be the same as when the coil went in the gap when it was made. That's point one. Number two, if the RMS of the woofer is rated at say 2000 RMS, and you take the same size wire and you replace it with the same size wire, then the rating of the RMS on the woofer should still be 2000 RMS. Where it becomes a little bit tricky is when the coil is aluminium and I have to put in a copper wire. Then things become a bit hairy, because I don't know, then becomes, is it stronger, is it weaker? I don't know. I know people will say, no, I've done this, I've done that, it got stronger and other things. And no, when it comes to me, I can't make that guarantee, because I ask myself, if you want me to tell you that, what I'll ask myself is, to give you an answer, is according to what tests did I run in order to be able to tell you that, oh, when I put this coil in, it's gonna be stronger. This guy came with a brand new set of woofers and he did A, you know, and another guy came in with a different set of woofers and he did B, and then both of them burned their speakers. Then they sent it to me, different brands. I recoil both of the speakers, but difference is the one with the aluminium, I now have to change and put copper. So I put the copper on that one, but the other one was copper originally, so I put the copper on that one. Just like, again, the wire size that the speaker came with, I put the exact same wire size on that speaker and I sent it back. Theoretically, the RMS on the copper sub should still be the exact same as what it was when it came from factory. The one on the aluminium though, that one will change, because when the RMS was done on that specific speaker, the RMS was measured using a aluminium wire on the coil. Now that I've replaced the aluminium wire with copper wire, I can't tell you what the RMS is, because I don't have a way to measure that, to give you an answer on it. But that's the only time that I can tell you, it's either it's stronger or it's weaker. I can't tell you. Other than that, bruh, if you, like this speaker here is rated 600 RMS, I see what size wire is on here, I take that burnt wire off. Here's it here. This one they say is 650 RMS. See the wire? It's full black. I'm going to take all this black wire off. I'm going to take the same size wire, put copper back on here. So whatever this subwoofer was rated at, that's the same rating that I can tell you. Hey, so if this is your speaker and you send it to me and you say my sub is rated at 1000 RMS, after you finish recoiling it, how much RMS will it be? It's going to be 1000. I can't tell you it's going to be 2000 now, and you can't tell me it's 500, because how did you measure? The measurement, there has to be a way that you measure. I'm not the one that's doing that. Like I said, I find your speaker in the form that you give it to me. Like I say, I did it with the other speaker. I'm gonna do it with this one also. Once the speaker has been opened up, I can give you a report as to what's wrong with the speaker. I can tell you what happened. For instance, that one there, the black one that you saw now. Yes, Warren, you can use also to a certain degree. There's a few criteria that needs to be met in order for you to use a thicker wire. Number one, what ohmage do you want? Your final ohmage is important. So you need to decide what's the ohmage that you want. Then okay, let me explain, brother. What's the ohmage you want, firstly? Secondly, how big is this? Right? This is an entire coil. How big is the coil? Right? If you want a bigger, thicker wire on there, walaikum salam, cuz. If you want a thicker wire on the speaker, let's use this one for an example. If I were to put a thicker wire on here, I would have, and say, I want this to be dual 4. I would then have to measure what size thicker wire, how much thicker. So if you say that this is 0.45 wire, so let's say you want to go 0.5 wire, so that's a half a size bigger, or it's not one size, 2 sizes bigger than what's currently on here in terms of wire sizes. The gap that this thing fits into, because once you've coiled it, it needs to go back into the gap that this fits into. Is there enough gap for this to fit into? Right? So firstly, what's the ohmage you want? Then you gotta measure, you gotta calculate how high the coil must be in order for you to get the ohmage that you want. Secondly, is there enough gap, which is actually the first point you should look at, is firstly, is there enough gap for you to put a thicker wire? Alright, secondly, check your ohmage, see what the ohmage is that you're gonna be wanting, your final load ohmage. And then this little piece here, how big is this? Because your magnet, this here, will only go as far as, well, the spider is gonna be turning, right? So you're now at full tilt, right? So the spider is now, this is now fully down, right? If you make this longer, it's gonna hit the bottom and then fold, and then the whole thing will just stop working. So making stronger and adding thicker wire, it's all relative to the speaker that you have. You can't really do it on street speakers, or I would say even one above the street speakers. I would say only on comp woofers will it be possible for you to use bigger wire cable, because of the height of the coils. See, the bigger comp coils have that, and then here's where the spider sits. The spider sits somewhere there, you understand? So now you have a lot more meat here. If you've got a lot more meat, you can basically make the coil a little bit longer in order to get you the ohmage that you want. Longer coils also allows you to, with the longer coils, it helps the woofer take a little bit more power because there's more wire on the former. But then again, your magnet is going to have to allow for that. Then if you want the sub to be stronger, you need to charge your magnet so your magnets get stronger. The stronger the motor force on the magnet, the more magnetic field you create. The more magnetic field you create with the longer and thicker wire, the stronger the sub becomes. There's a lot that goes into it, and when you start putting all of that into cost, and you realize that you live in South Africa and you need to now outsource from another country, you realize how you cuck. But I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand, in Joburg. Because even if you don't have enough gap, you can remove the top plate and send it into engineers and have them basically use the lathe and have them cut 1 or 2 mils out depending on the thickness of the wire that you want to use. Who's paying for that cost of the lathe being cut? You can't send the whole magnet, right? Because when you send the whole magnet, it interferes with the lathe's ability to do the job because it's magnetic. So you have to take top plate off. Who's picking up that tab? Okay, you picking up that tab because you want the thicker wire. No problem. I dropped the tab for you. You like, happy to do it, bruh. Thanks, doing business with you. Now I've got to make another jig to put the top plate back on with so that it's centered. Who's picking up that tab? Because you're building a specific speaker now, and not everybody's gonna ask for this thing. So I'm buying this jig and making this jig specifically for your speaker, and I'm gonna have to keep it specifically for your speaker. Whether you sell the speaker or whatever, that jig is basically for your speaker now. So now we have to now get high heat, high strength epoxy, because when the top plate goes back onto the magnet, it needs to sit on there and it needs to be a moet fast bopper. You can't be loose. Go back to the virgin days, right? So now who's picking up that tape? Because the glue for that is more costly, and somebody's gonna pick that tape up. So it all boils down to money, bruh. When you start taking all of these things into consideration, all of these costs into consideration, you sit back one morning and you think to yourself, I'd rather go buy me a comp woofer. Yeah, they're like $3.5 grand now. They're by one of the shops or whatever. Building a sub sounds like so much work and effort and drama, and I think it'll just be cheaper to just go buy, because if you build up a speaker like that, it must be for your own personal use, for your own personal happiness, your own personal joy. It's gonna be a family heirloom. You're not getting rid of it ever. Like my 18s. How they sitting there, nice, high and mighty now. They're not going ever away. Why? Because wifey is going to cut the nuts if I want to sell it. Because it's been ever since I was in matric, and I heard my one Braska father came and picked him up, and you know, back in the day, only the Lanis could afford subs. How's it, man? I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand, and just so happens I was bras with one of the Lanis, or one of the Lani sons, and that bra, how's it, Ethan? His daddy came to pick him up one day, and in the car they done had an 18-inch woofer. from Rockford, no less. Woo. It could have been a 15, but in my mind it was an 18 inch, because years later another bra of mine had a Targa 18 inch, and that polo, you used to hear him coming down 3 blocks away, bruh. I know these woofers can do some serious damage. I have not even started tickling them, because the way I've built it already also is insane. The spider packs that I've got them on, the coil that I've did for them, yeah, they can handle some hooters. I'm in Boksburg North, Ethan. Here's it. Mr. Koza, I got good news for you, my brother. It's opened up. That's the good news. But the bad, there's a lot of bad news, man. Let me open up this thing here quickly, then I can show you what I'm talking about. There we go, finally. Yeah, there we go. You see, this is the difference between the SVC and the DVC. You see the difference? You see the difference? SVC and DVC. DVC, SVC. But I can take this basket off and put him on a DVC basket. And I got another 3-inch and just build up another one. Okay. Mr. Koza. Mr. Koza. No, Kudi, it's not the same thing. The one has a 2.5-inch coil. The other one's got a 3-inch coil. How's it, Brandon? I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand. Mr. Koza, there's damage there, right? And there's damage there on the coil. This side on the top here, when I measure on the top coil, basically it's reading 4 ohms, 5 ohms. When I measure the bottom coil, it's reading 2 ohms. This is 4-inch coil. It's not 3-inch coil, it's a 4-inch coil. See, this is 3-inch. It fits inside. That is how big it is. You see, 4-inch. 4-inch coil. Now, I'm pretty sure Warren Targa Python 15-inch is 850. I'm pretty sure that if I just put tensor wires here and connect this here up to the top here, it'll be fine. You'll be, well, it won't be fine. You'll be able to play it. Alright? And I was like, yeah, okay, maybe just dollar that. But now we've got, that was the issue number 1. Okay. And here's issues number 2. Your spider is torn here on the top. One there, and then this side here. There's another tear there. It sounds crunchy. Okay, the tensor wires, you know, right? That was burnt. So now the problem is, the problem we have, oh shit, what the hell did I do here? There we go. The problem we got is, no, I don't do dust caps. 10-inch SPL Dynamics 550. So now the issue is, if you want me to do the recoil on the sub, it's, like I said, this year, I don't know how much of a problem it's going to be. I would say, because like I said, the one side is reading, this side here, this is the top coil, is reading 4.55. I'll show you quickly. And the other side is reading lower. So what we're doing is we are running it onto just the coil in the top here. No, that's the bottom coil. The top coil. It's going to 4 ohms. And it's a dual 2 ohm. Yeah, and then we need to work, bruh. The bills don't pay themselves. Right? So the one coil is reading 4 ohms. And this one's also reading 4 ohms. But it's a dual 2 ohm coil. Dual 2 ohm sub. It's a 2D sub. Yo, Riyadh. All the speakers you see here, you ask me if I fix TVs. Brah, read the room. No, I don't fix TVs. I don't fix amps. Only speakers and subs, basically. Not even speakers. So, my brother, we have a big problem. The problem is the tensor wires need to be replaced. That we know. We came in this whole conversation with the tensor wires needing to be replaced. You know, Nizam, some other videos, brah, yo, if the wife must find out you online now, she'll come here and swear you, because sometimes at night I'm reading and I see one of the 2 videos there and I start laughing and I wake her up. Can't help it. Some hectic shit, bruh. Seriously. I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand. My man, I feel the same way with you, because this is a banger of a woofer. So now it's saying 4 ohms one side, 4 ohms other side, right? So like I said, I can leave the coil like that and just do the tensor wires. But here's your problem, is your spiders is basically torn. So if you're gonna put power into this thing, the spider can rub further, and this is probably what caused all of this here. See this rubbing here? That probably caused because of the spider being the way that it is. Ah, sweet, my guy. Don't worry, I'll follow back. To my own detriment, I'll follow back, because I know I'm gonna get into a lot of cack with the laughs. So it's a dual 2 sub, but the coils are reading 4 ohm. So now also this is a 4-inch coil and the wire for this is 0.6. This one and the RA comp is the only two subs. I'm talking about the 15-inch. Is the only two subs that's using 0.6 because the gap is big enough. So I'm gonna have to order the wire for this thing. I don't keep that size wire. Almost no speaker that I repair uses that wire. If I'm gonna replace the coil, then the spiders, if you play with the spiders, it's gonna tear. Look, I'm not saying it's gonna happen today or tomorrow, but it can happen today or tomorrow, you understand? So this here, to replace the spiders, like I was telling them earlier on the live, it's 1,250 for the coil to replace, 350 for the tensor wires, and not one tensor wire. I'll show you how the tensors were gonna go. The tensor wire is going to be like this. It's not gonna be one tensor. We're going to put it like this. That's going to be one. So one this side, one this side, one that side, one that side. 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? So double on tensor wire. It's 350 for the tensor wire. And the spiders, you can't just, this is one spider. So you're gonna have to put 2 spiders. So there you're looking at 350, 300, that's 600. So it's almost 3,000. But the cone, I'm gonna have to split the cone. Basically what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna do this like that, and the coil, and then put everything together. But I can't do nothing because 3,000 isn't 300. It's a lot of money, and me and you, I think we'll discuss that, what we're gonna do and the plan we're gonna go, which way we're gonna go on WhatsApp. We don't talk here on the live on the plans or what we're doing. We'll have a conversation on WhatsApp, where we're going and how we're going. But it's like 3 grand, my guy. Then the sub is basically brand new again, because the tensors are gonna be brand new, the spiders are gonna be brand new, the coil is gonna be brand new with the same size wire. And the cone is still hella nice. If you want, I'll just put resin here inside to make him extra strong on the inside. Leave the top, so the top is nice, gas cap is still nice. I don't do blend speakers, I don't do speakers, only subs. We'll talk on WhatsApp, my guy. This is a bit of a personal issue. We don't like to air out the whole personal stuff, but that's the whole thing. We'll decide how we're gonna go about it. No, that's what I'm saying. It's 3K if we're doing everything. That is if we're buying brand new alles. You understand? That's why I'm saying we'll speak on WhatsApp, because then we'll know where we're going and how we're gonna go about doing things. The 3K is for brand new sub, but it doesn't necessarily have to be 3K for brand new sub. That's why I say we rather chat on WhatsApp, because on WhatsApp we can talk deals. You understand? Here on the live is business. On the WhatsApp is a different story. There, it's like government there. You know, the tenders is happening. Under the table is happening. In the couch, under the mattress, all these things happening, bruh. On WhatsApp, anything can happen. But on the live, I need to be straight and forward and tell you guys, this is the price of this, that's the price of that, that's the price of that. Because this is a complete build from the bottom all the way up, ground up. So that's why I'm saying there's a conversation that can be had there. You understand? But if it's just a normal recoil, don't come ask me for discounts. I know these discount people are like, I'm gonna send him a WhatsApp and he must ask discount. If it's with your discount, go there by Discom with your discount. Go Wi-Fi Corporation. Yeah, so I was gonna fix this woofer up and use it, but the way this surround is damaged, I don't think I'll be able to, because if the previous owner was an animal with this woofer, yeah, they haven't met me yet. Of a new sub like this, you can't find these woofers, yes. No, I'm not in Cape Town, I'm in Joburg. Let me put it this way. The sensitivity on these woofers, especially this specific one, the sensitivity on this woofer is 94. The sensitivity on this sub is 94. You can't get them nowhere. Which means that if you put a sub on a 4-channel, you are going to think there's a big monoblock inside. Even a 4-channel will make the sub sound like there's a monoblock in the car, because the sensitivity on this thing is high, very high. You don't need to put a lot of power into the sub to make him say hello, who's your boss. There's the one with a circle and there's the one with a long line. I think I've got both of them. Yeah, I've got the other one, but it's not yet in the garage. I'll bring that one out tomorrow. I'll show you guys. Brand new, these subs were selling for 6 grand. And that was in early 2000s, 2003, 2004, somewhere there, 2005 even. Brand new, they were selling for 6 grand. So if I'm telling you it's 3 grand to rebuild this whole thing up again, what do you think? Plus I'm rebuilding the speaker. And like for my bra now, to make it worth his while, so his wife don't cut it off tonight, if I'm going to be rebuilding this whole thing, now I think I'd rather speak to him on the live, outside the live. Can't be having this conversation. Yeah, it's a Targa triangle. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, so I can just close this bloody thing up. I actually want to try something. Seeing as I'm busy now and I can't do nothing, this sub, for some reason, has stopped playing. And I can't understand why. Because everything is still connected. Yeah, triangle Mark II, 15-inch. because I tested this plug and it's not working. Yeah, that's funny. So what's going on? Where is it not connecting? So I'm gonna have to redo this 15, and I'm gonna have to redo my other 15 also. Hey, I'm just redoing subs, yo. This one, yeah, I enjoyed burning it. Seriously, it was one of those that you banging it, and you can hear, hey, the sub sounds like it's going, and then you start smelling. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that smells like the glue, and you're like, fuck it, send it. Targa Predator. What size is the Predator? I actually want to try this basket and that on one of the 18s. Okay. Oh. Look, Ma, it's an 18-inch woofer. Or better known as a biryani pot. 12-inch is $6.50. Come on. There you go. Yeah, that's so dead, bruh. That's so dead. See, a customer came and said he did this on his woofer and it lasted only so long and then he died. And I said, can't be. So I built the box according to his measurements for his woofer. But then I built the box for this sub and I did what he said he did with my coil on my 18, and my coil lasted. My sub, the 18s, is also in a box not built for this. The 18s is in a box that was built for a 12-inch. And I got one 8-inch in there. This 18-inch lasted a couple of months before he decided to die. Actually, it wasn't him. He never died first. The other one died first. No, he died first. And I redid it. And then I put the other one in. And he lasted for 2 months. And then he died. I took him apart. And I took this one apart. And I was like, oh, when my bra brought this gem of a woofer magnets for me. So I decided we need, where you know, there we are. We need to take this all apart and put the 15-inch on it and hopefully see if the 15-inch fits on here in the holes that I drilled for it. If the 15-inch fits in the holes that I drilled for it, then I know the 18-inch will fit. But if the 15-inch don't fit in the holes that I drilled for it, then the 18-inch not gonna work. Then I might still be on the lookout for what you call it, a Targa comp magnet or a Venom magnet. Which amp is suitable for CBR 12? Hey, my man, can't just give out information like that without having information from you. How many batteries do you have? What you're going to be using it for? Music? Are you going to comms? And you see, and there is where the issue comes. Because now you're going to lie to me and say, no, I only want to play music. But on the weekend, when you see my punishers making noise, you're going to be like, even me, I can do that. Lies. I'll catch you in the lies. And the next thing you know, Aye, man. But there's a lot of things that goes into it, my guy. You can't just say that's the amplifier, you know. Use that amplifier. You need to see what your battery power is like, alternator power, the cabling you're using. All of those things plays a big part in choosing an amplifier. If you're a shop, yeah, there's money in it because then customers come to you. But for your own personal use, no. Sound competition is about bragging rights. Sometimes they got money, not always. Sometimes there is money, but then the shops go, and then the shops, you know what the shops do? They got money, and then they take the money. So now what? Why? Walaikum salam, Bobby. Okay, here we go. You is off. Go. Alright, let's try this basket now. No. Yeah, you see, they're not all lined up. So it wouldn't have worked. As it look, in order to run CBRs and amplifiers and stuff like that correctly, I would suggest that you seriously look at getting the, yeah, it's not right, it's not gonna work. Hold on. You need to get alternators as well. Make sure that the alternators are 100%, because it doesn't help. But you, huh? Huh? You're 100%, but no, you are actually 100%. That's why I didn't make the hole bigger, so that, okay. No, see, the thing is, if you have the battery and you have a stock alternator, the alternator is gonna die because you must understand that the amplifier you're gonna get, regardless of what amplifier it is, probably something in the range of 5,000 RMS or something like that. So those are the things that you're gonna have to look at, and that type of with the 5,000 RMS amplifier, you're looking at 600 amps to give you 5,000 RMS, which means you need 6 100 amp batteries, and then you need an alternator that's gonna charge at 6 100 amp batteries, or it's going to just drain the living shit out of your alternator, and then the alternator gonna go bye-bye. Okay, so that's all fits. but my 15 doesn't fit on there. Why does the 15 not fit? Because I didn't cut the holes for the 15 to work. Okay, let's see if we put them there. That looks more. Why does that fit better? That's weird. Okay. It's weird, but it works. So let's put this in. I don't do bullet tweeters, no. Yay! I do not fix bullet tweeters. Don't put. They have to be the bigger ones. Okay, cool. It looks off. Okay, let's put one in and we take it in there. Yes, frame is from Star Sound Triangle. Okay, but where does it go to then? See, it won't work because you didn't get it in the right places. So it won't work. But okay, just for interest sake, let's just see something. It'll work. Okay, so it will work. It will work. Just I gotta do some stuff. Yeah, it is a triangle. It's from the triangle sub. The magnets are from what's this? The magnets is from XTC Devastators. Basically, what I'm looking for is a Targa comp magnet or a Targa Venom magnet. I'm taking the 18s back to Jeff days, man. I'm located in Boksburg North in the East Rand. I'm going back to Jeff days if I take a Targa Venom. So I think I need to stick to Targa comp and just be patient. The bath helped. And she chowed. How many fish fingers? And the pup. Oh, nice, and she's gone. She'll be sleeping lekker tonight. Can you bring me my cola, please?
And you can say no?
Actually, bring me my fork and ice cream. Actually, never mind. Leave it, babe. Leave it. I'm finishing up here.
I was just going to tell you that, your juice is almost finished.
Yeah, I seen it when I poured this.
That's not very, you asked me if I've got and then you don't have.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. Yeah, so here's the thing. I need a Venom magnet. I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand. I need a Venom magnet or a... No, not a Venom. Targa comp magnet, but for a Targa comp 15 inch. Because the 12 inch doesn't work. The 12 inch is smaller. So I need a 15 inch. And I'll need a 15 inch Targa comp magnet. Then I can basically build my 18s using the same style of magnets. Because if you got two different sets of magnets, the speaker plays differently. I've known that, but it's like, you know, when you know something and you think to yourself, nah, man, can't be true. So I asked a lot of people, and that's what they basically gave me. The answers they gave me was that you cannot use two different type of magnets on one amplifier because the way the speaker plays is different on each magnet, and then the amplifier is going to be reading the fluctuating ohmage differently, and poof. And if the amp glows, then there's a possibility, high possibility, that the rest of the electrical in the car goes. And if you got 2-3 batteries, hey bruh, not safe, not at all. So yeah, these are things we learn, and it helps to ask questions, and that way it saves us money down the line. So either I buy two amplifiers and then run a split in the box, and then I can run both my 18s, or I buy another magnet and I can use the same amplifier to run both. Either way, it's $2,000. So I'm looking at that, but something's come up here and something's come up there, and I view it as more important to do those things than to worry about sound. I've got a 12-inch in the car that's playing, it does the job. I got this 15-inch, there is a magnet here. Well, the magnets are laying everywhere that I can just, the one 15-inch is actually in the car right now. Well, in the white car, I was testing it out there. It seems like there's a tensor wire loose there. Those tensors was cracked anyways, so I'm just busy with that, sort that out. I'll probably pull that out tomorrow and I can test it out. And I've got Wi-Fi's 10-inch, 8-inch. You know, there's enough to lay around here that can give me what I'm looking for. But for the white car, the 18s needs to be built properly because I don't want to short sell myself there for any reason. So we'll see what happens then. Alright gents, me, I'm gonna kick it. I need to go take my meds, and it takes about 0 to 100 in couple of 3-4 seconds, and then I'm KO. So I need to go take that so that I can get this for consigners and shut out of my life. Don't forget, my WhatsApp is on my bio. My YouTube link is on the bio as well. Thanks, Sharan. You all can send me messages there. Mr. Koza will speak on WhatsApp regarding your 15-inch here, and then we'll see from there. Location, I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand. Targa XXX 10-inch, 550. So you guys can send my WhatsApp on my bio, is the number is there. You can get me there. Don't forget the live that was done tonight will be up on my YouTube channel, so you guys can check it there what was done tonight. And we'll be back here tomorrow. Until then, flat, my story is 8.